mine on? Yeah, thank you.
This meeting is being conducted in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by advertisement in the Cape May Star and Wave on the Township website and posted on the bulletin boards of Township Hall.
All right, if we could please rise for the flag salute and a moment of silence, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, roll call, please.
Councilmember Conrad?
Here.
Councilmember Perry?
Here.
Councilmember Roy is absent. Deputy Mayor Sippel?
Here.
Mayor Simonson?
Here. All right, our first order of business this evening, our work session, is the presentation of certificates to the Jersey Shore Youth Lacrosse League, and we'll be giving those players their trophies this evening along with certificates. They won the championship, what was it, 2 weeks ago, Mitch? 2 weeks ago. And we're very proud of them. They had a great season, played some tough competition, and it's not every day that you have a season like this, so we want to award them. And at this time, if council would join me down by the awards, we will call them up one by one and give them the recognition they deserve. So bear with us 1 second. Yes. All right, as I call the players up, if you could come up, once you get your certificate and your trophy, if you could line up right across the front, and we'll get a picture when we're all finished. We'll call the coaches up last. All right, first we have Mackie Bonner. Good job, buddy. Good job. I guess we got to line up too. This will make it a little easier. All right, would Zach Castellano come up? Next is Chase Austin. Brent Reidenbach. Brent. Next we have Nick Greco. Good job, Nick. Did I say it right? Next is Robbie Greco. All right, next is Scott Harris. We have Ryan Gibson. Next is Mason Cronin. Braden Mello. All right, we have Edward McVeigh. Next, we have Corson Hughes. Eddie Hoover. Next is Quentin Hagan. Next is Braswell Thomas. Ricky Sandman. Next is Jake Robeson. We have Kai Lindsay. Next is Jackson Brown. And Grant Reed, come on up. And Noah Plen. Before we get a group picture, we'd like our coaches to come up. Coach Ken Brown.
I get a trophy too.
Yeah, get your picture taken too. That's one of them since probably college, right? So, assistant coach Sean Austin. And last but not least, assistant coach Kurt Lindsay. Actually, they get a trophy too. They get the trophy too as well, the kids. But so what, guys? Come on in for the picture. Who wants to hold this? I'll let the coach decide. And we have the Playoff Champions Cup now added 2018 Lower Township. Once again, Jersey Shore League champions. We want to thank our coaches again for volunteering with these young men and bringing home the championship. Thank you.
What's going on?
So David looked like a heck of a day, man.
It was a good party.
At this time, I'd like to present a trophy to the mayor and council for this night in appreciation. This is a great honor for us coaches and the kids and the parents. So the 6 guys I picked will grab the trophy and present it. Thank you, guys.
I don't have room on my shelf.
We don't, we put in this
Hey,
clutch
deduct that from your
situation.
salary, okay?
Yeah, I will. I don't have room on my shelf. It's full. Bowling trophies.
Could never make that 6-10 split.
Put up here.
Listen,
How's that look?
Jimmy hit a
Good?
golf ball the other
Hey,
day.
you gotta make sure we get rolling
I
one.
wanted to quit golf. It was such a good shot.
Yeah, let's hope he does it this
All right, we're going to give you guys a minute to,
Jeff Carter.
unless you want to stay and hear about everything going on in the township.
Joe, Joe and I had a nice conversation the other week, and I wasn't listening to him. He was trying to tell me about how hard it is with his boys. I said, I have 2 sons. I said, it is a love-hate thing.
A lot of stuff.
You know,
It's all right.
sometimes you gotta give
I went
them.
through. I mean, I know
You know what I'm talking about. Sometimes the mom's gotta give them a hug, but
She reads all the
it's hard. That's why when we started this.
Tom's going to move.
And I gotta tell you, Jimmy will be the first to say that if for me, he tells Justin all the time, I was like, yours. But you know, look what you went through with Danny.
Oh, right. All right. Yeah, I was looking at this one. One.
They're almost cloned.
That's fine.
They're like clones. Yes. That's fine.
All right, I think we're ready. If we can move down to the consent agenda.
If the HPC would like to do a presentation.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about that. Jude, you gonna come up? You have, and Linda, come on up. I'm sorry. We have our Historic Preservation Committee is going to present on behalf of them for the beach cleanup to Councilman Perry, and also would like to recognize Councilman Roy. So, take it away.
Thank you. On May 12th, we had a
Clean Communities sponsored statewide event. We had a great group of volunteers come out, and we just wanted to recognize the councilmen that came out and supported us, as well as everyone else on council. And just to let people know, we do this on a yearly basis. We got 27 bags of trash from that event alone. That was a one-day event in North Cape May, beachside only, from Canal all the way down to Emerson Avenue. That's a lot of trash, considering, you know, we're basically not even into the summer yet. And they've done a great job up on the bayfront, and we wanted to acknowledge council as well as the HPC board sponsored the event. So we would like to have Councilman Perry come down, please.
Will he get his picture taken too?
He should be used to that. Yeah. That's in recognition for you coming out. You've always supported us. Whenever we've had a cleanup down there, you've always been there. And as well as Councilman Roy, if you would kindly accept
Roy
his.
is, unfortunately, he's not here.
I certainly will. And thank you very much. I'd like to let everybody know that this group of people that were down here working on the beach that day, actually for the last 3 years, 4 years I've been involved in it, do a heck of a job, meet down there, and this year, we also had coffee and donuts before we started, so that was
The
pretty
New
cool.
Jersey Clean Community donated the pickers and the jackets and
The vest.
bags and
Yeah.
the vest.
Very
We
nice.
had a full complement of safety equipment for everybody to use, from gloves to safety vest and the pickers to pick the things up off the ground. It worked out really well. Everybody worked hard, and we had a good time at the same time. So
Yep.
thank you very much for putting it on and actually working on it.
You're more than welcome.
Thank you,
Harry,
guys.
we would like to have you come up. Harry, we'd like to give you this certificate of appreciation for allowing us to be part of this whole cleanup and supporting our efforts at every meeting. We do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. And I know the residents appreciate it. With that, now we will move down to the consent agenda for this evening. We will first open it up to council. Are there any questions or comments on the consent agenda only?
Yes, I'd like to move Resolution 2018-189 to the regular agenda, please.
I'll second it.
Councilmember Conrad,
Yes.
Councilmember Perry,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sippel,
Yes.
Mayor Simonson.
Yes. All right, any other concerns from council? Seeing none, we open it to the public portion. Does anyone have any questions or comments on the consent agenda, consent agenda only? It's been a long day. And when you get up, please just state your name and address for the record, please.
Yeah, Bill Greenfield, Phyllis. What's that last one there, 2018-11? Is that changing anything, or bicycles?
Bill,
Good.
you want,
Good, Madam.
we had to make a change in that existing ordinance with the bicycles due to the fact of with the new pedestrian walkway, we don't want people riding bikes on there. And we didn't have anything, the police chief asked if we could pass something, so when we told people to,
So that's basically saying no bicycles on the sidewalk, or
yes,
throughout the whole township? Or just there?
I believe
Just beach
it's
and-
just beach drive.
Okay.
It states in the rest of the township it's not a factor, but they have to stay on the road up there and share the road.
All right.
Mr. Grifo, now, I think what happened was during the paving process, when some of the streets were being milled and such, people were riding their bikes up on there, and it got a little,
Okay,
know.
so it's just a little tweak then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, thanks.
thank you.
What it is.
Anyone else? Seeing none, we close the public portion. I get a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Approval of minutes, May 21st, 2018. Approval of closed session minutes, May 21st, 2018. Excuse me, resolutions number 2018-190 through 2018-203. Ordinance number 2018-08, amending Chapter 583, Streets and Sidewalks of the Code of the Township of Lower, Article 1, subsection 583-4, excavation, restoration, and refilling of roads, streets, and alleys. Paragraph 8, street restorations, adding a new sections G, H, and I, a 5-year moratorium. Ordinance 2018-10, an ordinance amending Chapter 7 entitled Traffic of the General Ordinances of the Township of Lower, adding Section 7-3.5A, no parking, no stopping, no standing. Article 2018-11, amending Chapter 7, Traffic of the Code of the Township of Lower, adding Article 2, regulating the use and operation of bicycles within the Township of Lower. For all three of these ordinances, this is the first reading. The second reading and public hearing has been scheduled for June 18th, 2018. And I apologize. We currently have a motion. I'm sorry.
To approve consent agenda.
Yeah, and I apologize. The motion was made by,
Dave. Councilman Perry, sorry.
I'm sorry, and second by
Deputy Mayor.
Deputy Mayor Sippel. Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Perry?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sippel?
Yes.
Mayor Simonson?
Yes.
Now to the regular agenda, ordinance number 2018-09, an ordinance revising and restating Chapter 400, Land Development, Article 10, subsection 400-81, guarantees and inspections of the Code of the Township of Lower. This is the second reading and public hearing of this ordinance. This ordinance has been posted, published, and made available to the public.
All right, any questions from council, comments? Seeing none, we open it to the public. Any questions or comments from the public? Seeing none, I get a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Perry?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sippel?
Yes.
Mayor Simonson?
Yes.
I also apologize. We still needed to vote on resolution number 2018-189,
Yes, we have to pay the vouchers.
the rescue voucher.
That would be good.
Yeah. I'm going to be recused from that.
I need a motion.
I'll make a
to
motion
that.
to approve.
I'll second it.
Councilmember Conrad?
Recused.
Councilmember Perry?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sippel?
Yes.
Mayor Simonson?
Yes,
Wow, I am off my game. I apologize.
that's right. It's been a long day.
I had your back.
Thank you.
Take your time. Deep breaths. All right, now you lost me.
Manager's report.
Yes, manager's report. Mr. Ridgway, anything for the good of the order this evening?
Yes, I do.
Enlighten us, please.
If it's okay with the, first off, tomorrow, there will be a meeting as per a request from the superintendent of schools, who is requesting a additional resource officer for the regional district for the Titleman School. And we've had several meetings about this. I've met with the chief of police. There are some concerns with regarding to when it can start, because we'll be putting at least 3 people in the academy in August. So we have to fine tune it before I'll be bringing it to council, so you can see exactly when it will start and what it would look like and what our costs would be. But it will pretty much mirror what we're already doing in the high school. And the earliest it could happen, in my opinion, would be September. So I'll get back to you on that before the next meeting. And also, coming this week, will be a meeting with the superintendent of the elementary school in fine-tuning our agreement for them to start their pre-kindergarten program next door on our lot as far as site preparation and what the township, not Lower Township, what the Lower Township Elementary District is prepared to do to get prepared on that lot for safety reasons, et cetera. And we'll also be discussing in that meeting the potential for the panic buttons that you folks had a explanation and demonstration about. That's also going to take place this week. With regards to the rec department, we've received all our musical equipment this week. Superintendent and assistant superintendent met with the instructors for our music program that will be starting in the fall. We're excited about this, and the teacher in charge is a former educator at the high school, music teacher Lisa Urevich, and this will be funded through our Comcast grant that we received 3/4 years ago from Comcast. The new radios that were passed tonight, the timing is excellent because this morning I was in the new dispatch center, and their hope is that the county dispatch will be moving in two days from now. Wednesday morning, they're hoping to launch dispatch in our new public safety building, which is great. And again, the radios that were purchased tonight will be perfect synchronization for our police officers. Roseanne construction meeting is this week, and the timetable will be presented. So the residents from that point, Councilman Perry will do more of an update with this, but we'll be getting out to the residents what will be happening over the next couple weeks when it appears they're going to start relatively quickly dewatering the surrounding areas of this project. I want to congratulate the Public Works, more specifically, not just Public Works, but Saturday we had our township shredding program here. And although at times the traffic went out of our parking lots down the road a ways, the folks, Linda Thomas, who was here earlier tonight, Katie and the Public Works staff, they did an incredible job with this. And certainly Judy Gillis was right in the foray with them, but they processed a lot of cars, and I can tell you that the taxpayers were appreciative of that. Final striping on the beachfront, hopefully it's going to be tomorrow and Thursday. They did a lot of work in the last few days down there, and the bayfront is really coming together nicely. Lastly, things are moving along very rapidly at the Everlon building in the airport. Being over there today, the demolition, I mean, if you go around and look, it's, I think that building will be down in the next 6 to 8 weeks. And we met last week with the county economic development coordinator in my office, and there'll be plans that will be unveiled soon for a brand-new building on that location. And, I mean, the airport is also moving forward, so there's a lot of activity in the township at this time. That's it, Mayor.
Also, Mr. Ridgway, I'd like to, in the near future, maybe the superintendent for the elementary schools, Superintendent Simonego, could come in and do a quick work session on that grant and explain to people what that's all about, because I think it's gonna be awesome. I mean, it's something that's gonna to help the township tremendously. We're gonna be adding daycare facilities as well as teachers, and we can expand
Pre-K.
the pre-K, not daycare, but the pre-K program exponentially. We can expand it. So I'd like him to come in and give the details of that.
Absolutely.
Thank you. All right, I guess it's, do we have any finance reports? Not this evening, right? It's all you, Councilman Conrad.
All right. Since the HPC's here, I'll start with them. I talked to some of their members. Sorry, Lou, didn't get you yet. Looking to do our walkthrough of the Foster House. Last time we tried to do that, it was crittered out. We couldn't check everything out. That has been remedied. And then Bayshore Road was torn up. So it makes it kind of tough. So the HPC, I would like to invite certain members of the township and the press, please, if they can, come see what it is this first time. Just walk through, see what we have, get an idea of what we could do, what their plans are. It's a wonderful building. It's a big-time part of the history of this township and the county. Second, VFW this Memorial Day. Wonderful service, well attended for everyone that could show up. It was very meaningful, and they brought some good points across as they spoke. I'm not going to beat on them. As we speak, and we said Bayshore Road, the final paving, surface coat of Bayshore Road is going on now. They closed the northbound lane at 4 o'clock. 7 o'clock, all Bayshore Road was supposed to close between Wild and Weber, and put that little section of Fulling Mill. They are doing the final coat tonight. They're expecting to be done at 7. When they're striping, I don't know, but I just can't wait to get that road finally finished. Then they could do Fulling Mill once the MUA's done phase 1 of the last part of the village that needs water. If you were home or you're tied in with your cell phone, you got to hear the manager talk about Escape the Cape this weekend. Saturday, they're going to have an open water swim starting somewhere here in the village and swimming down to Lincoln. There's X amount of people doing that. Then some are from Town Bank. And then Sunday is the full event. That should be Saturday. If you want to see some people swimming, you're going to have to get up early. They're jumping off at 7 o'clock in the morning. That race should be done by 9 o'clock, no later than 9. Sunday, whole different story. They're going to be tearing up everywhere, swimming, running, biking, all those crazy people. You're in it again this year, right, Mayor?
Absolutely.
Okay. Also wanted to remind, school is going to be out soon. That means no more school buses, and those kids will be out in the streets. Hopefully they're going to be looking both ways, but that doesn't always occur. So please watch for the kids, and tomorrow, it's the primary election. Please remember to vote.
Very brief. Manager Ridgway touched on most of what I had planned on talking about, the striping up here on the beachfront. From what I understand, they should be done by Thursday. They did quite a bit today. I was quite surprised how much they got done. So by Thursday, that should be done. The last part of that project to go will be putting the benches back in place, and that won't occur till July 1, when we're allowed to work in the dunes again. So the benches should be in, hopefully, before the 4th. And on Wednesday the 6th, Wednesday morning, I believe somewhere around 10 o'clock, will be the pre-construction meeting for Roseanne Avenue project. When I have more information, I'm definitely going to attend the meeting, of course, to get as much information as I can. I will get it back out to the residents that will be affected on Roseanne Avenue. The project will hopefully be underway within the next couple of weeks. That's it.
Can I jump in real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Also want to give a thanks, Bob Church from the County Engineers Department. He has been great in keeping us informed about Bayshore project, sending out emails, and there's some concerns with the fire department. He had got them addressed pretty quick, and there was one he's like, whoa, stop, because they kind of changed plans, and he said, no, you're not. We have to go with what the fire department, we told the fire department in the first place. But I want to give a shout out because everyone hears complaints about certain people, but Mr. Church has done a great job trying to keep us well aware of what's going on and actually fought for the township a few times.
Deputy Mayor?
Nothing.
Nothing tonight? Man. All right, well, first, today, the manager and I attended, I was invited to speak at the Fishing Community Resilience Workshop by NOAA, which stands for the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration. Oceanic and Atmosphere Administration. They had asked Mayor Lear from Cape May City and myself to speak on behalf of our fishing communities. Last week, we met with the industry leaders, not just in Lower Township, but also Cape May and Wildwood. The bulk of the fisheries exist right here in Lower Township, and basically the port of Cape May as a whole, which also most of it resides in Lower Township. So we wanted to give them a clear definition of what we thought the problems were that were affecting our fishing industry in this area and this community. And we asked them to cut down on the quotas, do away with the quotas that they've been hitting us with specifically, and also to increase aid, state and federal, so that we can do more dredging in the area to help our fishing industry. And I thought it was a good meeting. There were people from all over the East Coast as well as the coast of New Jersey, but it was a worthwhile, obviously a worthwhile workshop. And I know that the fishing industry in our community has some great concerns, because as they cut these quotas, we lose business, we lose jobs, and et cetera, et cetera. So we did our due diligence this afternoon, and we'll continue to meet with them on a regular basis. We decided to meet quarterly and discuss the problems that they may have or concerns, so that we can help them through government and help them with resolutions or whatever else we need to do, even up to the state level, to help them out. Because as we learned today, and we already knew this, but as we spoke, the people there, I don't think realize that our fishing industry is what drives our economy around here, in all of Cape May County, really. So that was, like I said, that was worthwhile. And with that, I think that's all I have for this evening. And I'm going to open it up to the public. If anyone has anything they'd like to share with us, comments, concerns, we just ask you that you state your name and address for the record. Anyone?
Steve.
Steve, come on up. Good to see you.
Thank you. It's good to be here. May I sit?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
Why don't you grab the mic?
My name's Steve
Rich.
Steps. I live in Town Bank. Members of council and ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to be living in Town Bank. Town Bank was established in 1635.
Steve,
We
Steve.
are the oldest
Microphone.
We are the oldest community in South Jersey. We're over 200 years older than the so-called historic Cape May.
1721, I believe, wasn't it?
Pardon?
Is it 1721?
Yep. And we're 141 years older than our country. The Town Bank property owners actually formed an association in 1932, and their clubhouse was located where it is now. And as I know Dave is aware, they worked and gave the land to the Town Bank Fire Company, and they became members of that company. They also donated about $1,500 for the first fire engine that company ever used. They also paved roads, and they put up streetlights. And our history is very great, but I'm not going to get into all that. I just want to say that, you know, 2 guys from the Dutch West Indies Company did buy it from 10 Indian chiefs back then, and William Penn lived here when he was figuring out where to put Philadelphia. But aside from that, I want to talk a little bit about the Town Bank sign that was relocated from where both the county, the township, and the people wanted it to a new location. The county paid for and put up that sign. It was not the township, but they did it in conjunction with the Town Bank property owners. And you can see the freeholder on here along with the mayor and the people from the office. They're very, very concerned because people would come from all over the world to the end of Town Bank Road, not Beach Drive, the end of Town Bank Road, to have pictures taken with their family standing in front of the sign. And I talked to certain people. The contractor said, yeah, it will be placed back in its original spot. I spoke to other people, and they weren't sure of what. Just to give you an idea, I'm leaving a copy of this with you. This is a copy of our bay, dated 1726. And it shows the whole bay. It shows where the lines were at the bay as early as 1605, all the way up to 1868. In that period of time, there was some deterioration, but since 1868, there has been very, very insignificant loss on that entire line. And it's important to know that, because if they're saying they're concerned about it, they do have alternative means of relocating that sign and making it where the county, I'm sure council, and the people want it. I thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Steve, you can stay there for now if you want, because I don't think anybody else is.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for giving us that information. Seeing none, I will close the public portion and just need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.